My people, this one will just happen for Nigeria don't shake everywhere. The headlines say it all. Sheikh Gumi cries bitterly as Tinubu scatter Fulani bandits, cutting northern leaders to size. This matter no be small one at all. It's one of those stories where power, emotion, and politics all mix together in one pot, and everybody is watching to see how it ends. So, let's talk about it properly. Remember, as we go on, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It helps us bring you more breaking news and deep gist like this every single day. Now, let's go into it. You know Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, right? The popular Islamic cleric from Kaduna who has been in the center of so many national discussions about banditry in northern Nigeria. Over the years, Gumi positioned himself as a kind of mediator, someone who meets those people inside the forest, speaks to them, and sometimes tries to convince government to negotiate instead of using force. Some Nigerians supported his idea, saying maybe dialogue would bring peace faster, but others always believed he was too close to these groups. They said, why is Gumi always defending them? Now, what's happening today looks like a direct test between the federal government and all those who once spoke softly about bandits. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has been under pressure for months to prove that he can bring security to every corner of the country, finally seems to have taken a strong step. His government reportedly launched fresh and very serious security operations targeting major bandit enclaves, those deep camps inside Zamfara, Sokoto, Kaduna, Niger, and Katsina states. The type of operation that doesn't give warning, doesn't talk much, just acts. From what people are saying, it's like the president gave an order for the military to act decisively. No more waiting, no more negotiation, no more excuses. In some areas, locals even said airstrikes were heard for the first time in months. The message was clear. The era of bandits holding whole communities hostage might be ending. But as usual in Nigeria, when such things happen, reactions come from everywhere. Sheikh Gumi was among the first to react. According to people close to him, he was deeply emotional. He said he could not hold back tears because what he saw was not just an operation, but a move that could bring more suffering to innocent northerners caught in between. Gumi's point, as always, was that not every Fulani man inside the bush is a criminal. Some are victims of neglect, lack of education, and poverty. He said if the government truly wants peace, it should rehabilitate and reintegrate those who drop their weapons, not just bomb the forests. But this time around, it seems the presidency is not listening to such talks. Tinubu appears to believe that strength must come before peace, that until the bad eggs are cleared out, Nigeria can never move forward. And that's where the phrase, cutting northern leaders to size, comes in. Because some people see Tinubu's action as a bold message, that even those powerful figures in the north who used to speak softly about bandits now have to face the reality that the era of pampering is over. Viewers, this issue is stirring mixed feelings everywhere. Some Nigerians, especially from southern states, are saying this is long overdue, that previous governments were too lenient with armed groups in the north while being tough in other regions. They believe Tinubu is trying to balance that perception and show that nobody, no matter their tribe or region, should hold the country hostage. Others, however, worry that this new approach might trigger anger among those who already feel marginalized or unheard. Now, let's talk about Sheikh Gumi's reaction a bit more. Reports say he even accused the government of using unnecessary force and ignoring the path of peace. He asked a question that caught many people's attention. He said, if we bomb the forest today and kill both innocent herders and criminals together, who wins in the end? That question went viral online. People started debating it, some saying it's a fair point, others saying it's emotional blackmail because for too long, those bandits have destroyed lives, farms, schools, and even whole villages. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're following the gist closely. Your support helps us grow and reach more people. Now, let's connect the dots a bit. The timing of all this is also important. Just recently, security reports showed a rise in kidnappings across northern Nigeria, especially in states like Kaduna and Niger. In some areas, hundreds of people were taken within weeks. It became a serious embarrassment for the government. Even state governors started crying out, saying the situation was getting out of hand. So this latest crackdown is like Tinubu telling the whole nation, enough is enough. At the same time, Tinubu's political team knows that many Nigerians are watching how he handles security more than anything else. Because no matter what policies you bring, if people can't travel, farm, or sleep peacefully, then everything else fails. That's why this new offensive looks like a message of both authority and leadership, a way to say, this government will not tolerate impunity anymore. But you know how Nigeria works, nothing ever comes without politics. Some northern elders are reportedly unhappy that the presidency did not consult them before these military operations began. They feel the move could weaken their influence over local matters and make them look irrelevant in the eyes of their people. And that's why the headline said Tinubu has cut them to size. It's symbolic. It means the old days, where a few powerful men could control both the narrative and the outcome, are fading away. Now, the state wants to handle things directly through the armed forces, intelligence agencies, and strategic commands, not through traditional or religious intermediaries. Still, this decision might also create a new political divide. Some will see Tinubu as a bold reformer trying to clean up a broken system. Others will interpret it as a southern president trying to assert power over the north. In a country like Nigeria, those kinds of interpretations travel fast and can cause division if not handled with care. Meanwhile, Sheikh Gumi continues to speak. He has reportedly warned that the war against bandits must not turn into a war against Fulani communities. He keeps saying don't criminalize a whole tribe because of a few bad actors, and that's an important message. Even though people criticize him, Gumi knows the dangers of letting anger become general. If the federal government doesn't separate the criminals from the ordinary herders, innocent people might pay the price. At the same time, his critics say that Gumi's tears are selective. They ask, where was this same energy when bandits were burning villages, abducting students, and killing farmers? Why didn't he cry then? Why now that the military is fighting back? This is the kind of heated argument going on across social media right now. Please remember to like this video and subscribe if you want us to continue giving you stories like this. Your support means a lot. Back to the main issue, sources say, Tinubu has ordered the defense headquarters to monitor not just the operations but also the aftermath. There are reports of relief materials being prepared for displaced people and a possible rehabilitation plan for communities affected by these new offensives. Some human rights groups are already asking the government to release a transparent report on how these operations are being conducted so that innocent civilians don't become collateral victims. You can imagine how tense the atmosphere is right now. In northern Nigeria, especially in areas like Zamfara, Sokoto, and Katsina, the sound of fighter jets and military trucks has returned. Some residents are happy, saying finally the government is doing something. Others are scared, packing their belongings and moving to nearby towns because they don't know what will happen next. Now, let's talk about the emotion in the headline, the part where it says, Sheikh Gumi cries bitterly. That expression shows how serious this has become. For Gumi, who has spent years calling for negotiation, this new military approach might feel like a personal loss. He might feel like the government is throwing away everything he worked for. But from the government side, they believe those years of dialogue didn't bring peace, so maybe it's time for a stronger hand. This is a big moment in Nigeria's security history because whichever side wins the voice of negotiation or the voice of decisive force will define how future governments handle similar crises. If Tinubu's approach works, people will say, yes, this is the president that finally ended banditry. But if it leads to more chaos, the critics will come back to say, you see, we told you violence can't solve everything. So as we speak now, Nigeria is at a turning point. A lot of powerful figures in the north are watching closely, calculating their next moves, because the way Tinubu is handling this may reshape alliances ahead of the next election. And you know, in Nigerian politics, everything connects: security, politics, religion, influence. They're all part of the same web. But the big question on everyone's lips now is simple. Will this bold action truly bring peace, or will it open a new chapter of tension between the government and northern elites? That's what we're all waiting to see. Please, before I continue with the deeper background of how all this started, including how Sheikh Gumi became the loudest voice defending dialogue with bandits in the first place, don't forget to like this video right now and subscribe to the channel. It really helps, and we appreciate every single one of you watching